Perfect. Thank you. Appreciate you, Esther.
All right.
Do you consent to this recording?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I want to lay out to you what the next steps are in the business.
All right.
Now, my plan with you is that I definitely want to get you licensed and certified out the way as quick as possible. But you asked me the question, well, what is this? Like you opened up your app and you saw earning potential. And I'm definitely gonna lay that, I'm gonna break that down for you here. To understand, like, well, you can make money while you're still in training. Okay. Well,
Right.
how do we do that? Okay. And that's after this next page, I'm gonna show you what that is. But when somebody starts, I always want to tell people, look, always have these apps laid out for somebody. Telegram, it's to be able to get communication and messages out to everybody. Zoom, obviously, we're here because we schedule a lot of meetings with people in person, but on Zoom as well, video calls. And then we have our Primerica app, which offers a bunch of tools and material. Now, this right here, this QR code opens up a link to a website that we created. It's a team website that only people in the office have access to. It's where we have already pre-made trainings put up there. Okay. So pre-recorded, pre-made, they're already there for everybody to see. Okay. So that's what that is. Now, you can definitely, if you can, do you have your phone? Like, can you just go and scan it? You can just kind of save the website there for yourself.
Second.
It should say TCT Wix.
Right.
All right, cool. Just bookmark it, save it, screenshot it, have it there, and you can create a little account later to have access to it. And I'll show you what's on there here in a bit too. Okay.
Right.
So show up to blow up. What does that mean? Okay. I tell people, and I think you can relate to this. Think about the going back to the days of school, right? There was students who were in school who were upfront, who were listening, taking notes, were always paying attention to the professor. And then there was the ones that were hanging out, messing around, coming in late, missing all the time, right? If at the time that final exams came, right, or that little last test that people have to take to finish class, who is the teacher more inclined to help? That first student or that second student?
The first student that gets showing up on time and doing their job. Yeah.
Why? 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 What's the deeper meaning behind why?
Because it shows that the student really wants to learn and is very interested in the topic and moving ahead.
Exactly.
Yes.
There we go. Because the instructor's not going to want to look at, like, spend their time with somebody they know they're going to waste their time with, right? Or they feel they're going to waste their time with. Like, that person might have potential, but they're not. It's not there at the moment. So that's how our trainings work. I always tell people 50% of winning, 50% of winning in our business is just showing up. Just showing up.
Right.
We went to one of our coaches' house over this holiday weekend. He just bought a house for like $650,000, right? He's like, my next house might be $1 million. Maybe I'll just fix this one. He's thinking about what he wants to do next, right? But he for sure wanted a house that, like, had a nice park next to it and had a pool, in-ground pool. And he got that house. And he indirectly became a millionaire because he just showed up and stuck around. Yeah.
Give me a second.
Yeah, no problem. All right, cool. So he indirectly became a millionaire by just showing up. There's people that he necessarily didn't bring on or find. The people he found, like, one guy, and that one guy found like 3 people who then those people helped him become a millionaire
Mm-hmm.
by just finding like one person, and he just stuck around. He just stuck around and waited, and those people developed, and boom. Now he makes $500,000 a year because he like found one person and then waited like 20 years.
Wow.
Really, that's all it is. Because he hired one guy, that one guy stuck around for like 10 years, and then that one guy ended up leaving or doing something with his life, and the people he had stuck around, and he was already sticking around, and he's been compensated from those people for many years. And now, and
Yeah.
over time, those people develop, and now here I am, here's this other office, all these other people are here indirectly because of one thing he did 20 something years ago, and now it pays him $500,000 a year, multimillionaire. He stuck around. Boom, that's how it worked. Now, is that everybody's story? No, right? I want to do it a little bit faster, you know. I he started at 23, and made his first six figures by 30 or 31 or something. I said I want to do it sooner, right? I want to hit $1 million sooner, $500,000 sooner, right? And that's why I'm just consistently on it. But 50% of winning is just showing up. The other 40% is hard work.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last 10% is a dog fight. That's what they say. It's a
What
doggy.
does that mean?
It's just like, just in the grid, just like those long extra nights, that little bit more, that sacrifices where it's like, oh my gosh, should I do this? Should I do that? That's that little 10% where it's like, where somebody is not willing to do. So that's what you can still win at 90%, but you want more. Dog fight. So we have trainings that happen 2 times a week. Thursdays from 7 to 8 p.m. So actually today, right? It doesn't feel like Thursday, the funny kind of week, the way it was set up. I was like, oh snap, it's today, right? So tonight from 7 to 8 p.m., all the agents come together. We all come together, all the newer people, the older people, and we do we break down what we do to as a company to new people. Now, if there's no new people, well, we do a training. Okay. Now, Saturdays, they run from 11 to 12. And this is always drill for skill, where we practice on how we do what we do. So last Thursday, last Saturday, our training was based around, okay, if somebody tells you or gives you a question that you don't understand, how do you respond? Or we did it on purpose. Like, we threw out questions that people might not. So if you're new, right? I'm like, okay, well, how does my return on my investment work? Exactly. So right. You're like, well, that's it. That's an example. That's an example. That's an example, right? Like, questions you get asked like that, and we were putting people up there in front of the over there in front of everybody, and just, we had a list of questions and we threw them at them, right? Obviously, if you were seasoned, if somebody was more experienced, we threw much harder questions. Less experienced, simpler ones, and if they didn't know, we helped them out and said, hey, good job. It's okay. Try again next time. Okay. So we do trainings like that. Previous week, we did on how to make a phone call. Previous week, we did how to do a meeting like this, how I'm sitting down with you right now. So all that. Every Saturday, we touch on that.
Right.
Okay.
So are these meetings online, or like they have the 7 p.m. has to be online?
No, we do it in person.
Right.
Yeah, we do it in person.
Oh, in person?
Yeah.
Okay. At the office?
Yeah.
The same office I went to.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we do it in person.
Right.
It's available on Zoom. It's available on Zoom. But it's like this. This is how I want you to view it. Are you into music, sports, anything like that?
Music.
Music. Who's your favorite artist?
I probably don't know her, but her name is Morija.
Okay,
She's
more.
from Cameroon. She's a French speaker.
Okay, awesome, awesome. So
Go for it.
l- I,
Yeah.
I don't know, but hey, let's say she's in concert, right? You can
Right.
either go to the concert or you can watch her on your phone or TV. Which one's better?
Go to the concert.
Exactly. That's what training is. You could be at the training,
Right.
be in the environment,
Mm-hmm.
be next to the people, right? Be next to like-minded people, see the people, be in the environment, and or you can watch it from your phone or your laptop. Same.
Right.
I mean, whatever works for the person. I like being here.
Mm-hmm.
I always recommend to people to be here, but you'll still get the message regardless if for X reason that you can't make it. But I always recommend be here. Be here, be here. 50% of
Right.
you is just showing up. Just come see everybody. Come see all the freaking winners.
Mm-hmm.
And it's typically the winners who are here. The people who are making money here, the people who are excelling here, the people who are growing here, they're here. So I haven't had somebody who
Right.
wins massively on a video call yet. It's just that's how it is for now. For now, who knows? Somebody might prove me wrong. But now, yeah, that's every Saturday, and every Thursday. Okay. Any questions on that?
So let's say a person is not able to come physically there, right? And they're on Zoom on that Thursday. Do you guys make sure that those on Zoom are somehow participating in this training by like involving them with questions and stuff like that?
So typically, no. Typically, no.
All
Why?
right.
We have a whole crowd here of people,
Mm-hmm.
right? That we have to,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to kind of like focus on, right? And so I mean,
Yes.
we'll acknowledge the Zoom but when we share like anything like on the screen or share anything that's like, let's say like right now, you can see what's on this tablet right now. Just how you're looking at
Mm-hmm.
it right now. The only difference, the only difference is that when it's on the Zoom, we're out in the meeting floor. And so we're talking to everybody like this, right? But you can see,
Mm-hmm.
oh, guys, look, so this is what we're training on today, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the difference. So I'm not necessarily looking at you, right, or looking at them,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but you can see what's going on in the training because
All right.
it's projecting over here on your guys' screens as well. From on our screens and your screens as well. We make sure of that.
Okay.
So
So
interactive.
yeah.
Interactive, usually
Mm-hmm.
no. Like Esther, so what do you, or we might say, hey, occasionally we'll throw out like, okay, if congratulations or hey, or we'll say, hey, Esther, what is this and this? And we'll have you like type it out and it'll play out on the screen. Like we'll see it like,
All right.
something like that. That's
Okay.
usually as far as we go. Just because again we have a
Right.
lot of people to attend to here, we still want the people in Zoom involved and seeing and catching the message, but not like
Mm-hmm.
we're not directing to you too much. Any other
Yeah.
questions that I
All
missed out?
right. No.
No, okay. And keep up coming. This is great because I like that you're looking into it and like what is this, what is that, what is this, what is that, because now, because for the purpose of this training, this recorded training, whoever's going to watch it, they're going to be like, oh, 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 and they're not, it's questions maybe they didn't think of, but they're getting answered indirectly. So appreciate you. Thank you, Miss Esther. So
No
now,
problem.
here's the next step. Okay, you probably have a lot of questions on this. Right here it says credibility reference list. Okay, training with the right friend
Mm-hmm.
families is critical to your success. The right training appointments will help you see the value in what we do. What does this mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we always want to get people in front of people early on in the business. Why? Because you get the opportunity to see what we do hands-on. One is you
Okay.
seeing it from like welcome, like coming in for the first time and me presenting to you and coming and say, hey, come work with me. But once you see it in real action and you see somebody's life get improved from what we do, you're like, oh, wow, wow. And that's the thing. That's I saw that. I got to see that, right? I sat down with all my aunts and uncles. All of them had these kinds of services already, right? But we improved upon their service. We changed their service over to our service because our product was better. What we did was better. And so now I got to see like, wow, 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 we're making their lives better. Or some of them didn't even know nothing about this. Like when I started seeing clients that had zero financial education, like we come from similar backgrounds in the sense of like we have typically, and you probably know, in my country there's families that don't live in the cities, right? So meaning that they don't get proper, for real, they don't get proper education, they don't get proper setup, proper anything, and they just migrate over here and boom, they're just like, okay, let's figure out life, right? And they don't know how to use an email, they don't know how to use like little simple stuff. And so there's probably some people like that you've probably seen or known. They come over, they're just trying to figure stuff out. And I started seeing like there's people that had very little knowledge on finances. I said, yes, this is available to you. Yes. And that also helped me out to see the value in what we do. Okay. So now, what is this? It says sitting down with the right families too, the right type of people. Each of the following 5 categories is worth 1 point. So when we sit down with somebody to talk to them about services, or sorry, about anything, we want to qualify them. What does qualify mean? So we call it macho, which is married, age 25 to 55, children under the age of 18, homeowners, and occupation. We call these 5 pointers. So these individuals are great for talking to about our services, but also coming to work with us, our services and coming to work with us. Now we stray here, or we go from typically from a 3, as low as a 3 to 5 points to talk to them about services and coming to work with us. Let's see an example. Your mother, let me see, yeah, your mother, right? Is she married?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Age 25 to 55.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Older than, yeah.
Is she older?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Older.
Older, a little older. Okay. Let's just say she is.
Little.
So children, does she have little kids anymore?
No, I'm the youngest, so
Oh, okay. So no more little kids. Homeowner, is she a homeowner?
yes.
Okay. And she has a job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your mother, she's a 4 pointer. See that? So
Right.
she'd be an ideal person to talk to about services and coming to work with us. Okay. Now, in your previous careers, previous positions, did you have any friends or coworkers who were a little bit on the younger side?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Not under 18.
No,
Yeah.
no, I mean, yeah, like younger than you, younger than 25.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What was that? What's that person's name? Who's that? What's that person?
Nathan.
Mr. Nathan. Okay. So was Nathan married?
Yes.
He was. Oh, okay. Was he age 25?
22.
He was 22. Did he have kids under the age of 18? Did he have babies?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Was he a homeowner? No. And he had
Nope.
a job? No job?
Yes. Yes. He has
Oh,
a job.
I was like, married with no job, huh? How does that work? So okay, cool. So he was a 2 pointer. He's a 2 pointer. So what am I gonna people on that side of the spectrum, or people who are from 0 to 2 points, I'm gonna talk to them only about coming to work with us.
All right.
Because that's gonna be my approach to that kind of person. Why? Because if I try to talk to a young individual with very little responsibilities, right? They're not even thinking about the future. They're thinking about next week or next month. They're not going to see the benefit in our services. They don't see that.
Yeah.
It just doesn't fly with them. So you're going to waste your time if you go with that direction. But if you talk to them about coming to make more money, learning a new skill set, right? Scaling their selves, right? Improving their lives, right? They're like, that's more appealing to them. That's
Yeah.
what our focus is on that side of the spectrum.
Makes sense.
But on this side, it's services and work with us. Services and work with us. We're going to talk to them about both. Over here, we're going to talk to them about one. If they see themselves benefiting from our services, great, great. I'm just not going to push it because it's just not, they're not the ideal client. Let's say yourself, Miss Esther. Are you married?
No.
No. Age 25 plus, yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Children? No. Homework?
No.
No. Job? Yes.
No. I'm
Yep.
still looking. Oh, yeah, I guess.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
For the sake of the video, right now, she's getting there. She's
All right.
moving. She's going
All
something,
right.
right? So you're a 2-pointer, basically. I mean, you're gonna be a 2-pointer practically. When I approached you, you look young, you look like a professional, right? Let me talk to her about working with us, learning something new, right? You see that?
Yeah.
That's why my approach. If I would have seen children with husband, I would have services. I would talk about services.
Yeah.
So you understand who you're selling to, who you're talking to.
Right.
To put the topping on a cake, it's like looking at the stores at the mall. I mean, they're what is it? There's a store called Victoria's Secret. Obviously, you will not find typically you won't find males in there shopping typically, right? So because they have typically not, right? Unless they're buying a gift or whatever, there's something personal preferences.
Yes.
But their target market is ladies. They have a target market, right? If you were to look up the brand of, I mean, I can't think of one right now, but regardless, you get the point there. So there we go. So target market. So there's a question here. I mean, if you opened up a business, what kind of business would you open? And who would you hire first? So this is to kind of get the mind going to the next point where we're going to develop a list. But I want to cover one point here to answer the question. I said I'm gonna give it to you in the next page. Bonus, potential payout, right? Or earning potential. Okay. And I'm actually showing some real examples in a second. So well, actually, I'm gonna show you the real examples right now.
Okay.
So when somebody new starts off with us, the company created this very smart system. They said when people come start, you can for the training appointments that they do, you can give them credit. You can give them credit for it. For any appointments or business that they do prior to being licensed, meaning trainee will get credit. Trainee cannot get paid for business specific. And when I say business, I'm talking about specifically life insurance. We can't give them credit now. I'm sorry, we'll give you credit for it, but we can't pay you right now until you get your license.
Okay.
In this business, you do not get paid on life insurance until you get licensed. Now, you do get credit for it though while you are in training process. So here I have my system where I can see where everybody's at. So field training bonus. So I'm gonna pull up some names here. So anybody who's a trainer, right, is working on getting somebody getting somebody licensed,
Mhm.
working with a team. I want you guys to see the system. You can go track their bonus. You can see their progress. You can see if they're studying or not. Okay, so somebody's like, I
Right.
studied. Go click the system. Yeah, no,
There.
no, they didn't. All right, so let's look. So we have Carol Janaya. So she has
Mhm.
a little warning thing next to her. Why?
Mhm.
Because she's running out of days to get her classes
Yeah.
done. She needs to get classes done or field training, follow with your recruit, complete with to cash out. Yeah. See,
Mhm.
complete licensing to cash out on field training bonus credits. So she has $400 banked. What did she do
Mhm.
to obtain that money? Well, what she did, and I think there was an incentive when she started. If you completed a
Mhm.
class, get an extra $100 at the time. So the
Mhm.
numbers are a little bit different.
Mhm.
So she hired one person. So the next little slot says recruits at the top in the gray,
Mhm.
and then FTO premium. FTO means
Mhm.
field training observation premium. Premium is just another word for payment. So meaning life insurance payment amount. And they take an annual amount into account, which I'll give you a calculation in a second. So she hired one person and she did 1,000 in premium. And because of that, we gave her $250, $200. Plus, yeah, so it's $200. There's $50 for downloading the app within
Mhm.
24 hours of starting, so 250. And then there was another $150 from just completing class. $400. She got a bonus. Pre-licensing completed. Well, she did everything actually. She completed class already. She just has to I think she just has to do she just has to pass her test. So
Yeah.
I'm at to call this young lady. So great thing we looked at. Call this young lady, say, hey, you gotta
Mhm.
go pass this test. There's $400 waiting for you.
Yeah.
As soon as you pass your test, that's $400 waiting for you. So next one.
Awesome.
Yep. So then we have Devin. He has $125. He actually
Mhm.
his was doubled because the company says you have 90 days to pass your exam and get your bonus. You have 90 days.
Mhm.
But you have 60 days to complete classes, though. You must complete classes. If you want to maintain your bonus, you have to complete classes
Mhm.
within 60 days. If you don't do that, we're going to cut your bonus in half. His was 250, right? We told him 250. We told you 250. It got cut to 125. Why? Because he didn't. It's right there. Expired pre-licensing incomplete. The day he had classes, he showed up late to classes. So he missed out
Mhm.
on his morning session. He's like
Mhm.
90% done with classes. He just missed out on that morning. Now I told him on how to make up classes, right?
Mhm.
It's really straightforward and simple. He did not
Mhm.
complete it in time. Again, we we are not the ones on trial. We give people the
Mhm.
opportunity. They have the time, right? They can do
Mhm.
it. I believe they can do it, right? It's just it's a choice if someone wishes
Yeah.
to do it or not do it, right?
True.
So see right there says licensing status, partial class attendance, 4 out of 5. He missed a little portion, right? So that's what happened there. So let's look, let me look at somebody a little more. Here we go. Uh we got Gutierrez Diego. See that?
Mhm.
Top of the screen. His says 1350. Okay. Why? Why? Why?
So.
He completed classes. He's ready to test, right? He just has to take the test one more time. So
Mhm.
what it is that you see how it says recruits 6, FTO premium
Mhm.
7,500.
Yeah.
So the numbers are higher compared to the other ones, one recruit and 1,000 in premium. So the more times we do those, bonus goes up, goes up, goes up, goes up, goes up. So I said, if you hire one more person, that's gonna bring your bonus up $200 again. So that puts you at $1,550. It says field training bonus days left 51. In total, they give you I just said 90, right? So he's been here what? 40 days? 40 days. He's been here 40 days, almost a little bit over a month now, practically. So he's almost there. He's almost there. He just has to go take the test. He's actually been he's been taking the test. He's failed it a couple times. He's took it about 2 or 3 times. Whatever. He's taking it again on Friday. He's okay. He's okay. He's like, he says, I have that money waiting. Let me go take the test.
Yes.
So that's that. And then you are right down there. That's case right there.
Hi.
So you see the countdown on your pre-licensing, 58 days. That's required there. But overall, field training bonus days left, 88.
Okay.
88 in total. Okay. So, and then right there, see, it shows online 4 minutes. So if you say I studied, it shows me your quiz is completed, 0. All right. So if again somebody says I am studying and it says date last login, right? Let's say it's today is already the 6th, but let's say we check back in on the 10th. Hey, have you studied? And then I come back to the system, it still says 4 minutes. And you're like, yeah, I've been down there.
Yeah.
And I don't like doing that, it gives the whole vibe of the school and this whole thing back in the day. I mean, we're all adults. I mean, if you did do it, great, you did it. If you didn't do it, then just tell me you didn't do it. Like I'm gonna continue moving, right? If you don't want to do it, you don't want to win, and I'm not talking to you, Esther. I'm talking to whoever sees this again. That's on you. That's on you.
Yeah.
So there you go. So now, how do we do it for you? Well, for every one person that we hire, for every one hire, and this is how I always explain it, guys. So one hire, by the way, and I will tell everybody, I will make $1 million in this business with my beautiful handwriting. All right.
Okay. All right. We believe you.
One hire plus 2 policies will give you $200.
Right.
One hire plus 2 policies, $200. So Diego, we go back to Mr. Diego. He has 6 plus practically well, it was 14 policies. 14. 14 policies. That's what I saw. So for every, so what is that? 7, freaking math here. Where was he at? 1350. 6 times 200 equals what?
6 times 200.
$1,200. So if he hires one more person, we're gonna add on another. Oh well, so hold on. So he has the 1,200, right? He has the $50 from downloading app, so he's at 1,250, and then there's $100 from somewhere. I don't know where they came from. So I think that's for completing class. The company's been doing that. I don't know if that incentive's out this month. I will read that and see if it's out. So anybody's completed class, they added another $100. So that's why he's at 1,350. So I said, so if he hires one more person, because he's right there, which we're working on today, We're gonna add another
Mhm.
$200. So that's gonna be $1,550 for basically bringing people in, sitting down, watching, taking notes, listening, learning, all that.
All right.
Now that could be done as quick as possible. That doesn't have to take 40 days. That could be done within the course of a week, right? Depending on who's doing it, right?
Mhm.
I did something similar within 7 days. Why? I set up an appointment with all my aunts and uncles. All of them like me, all of them trust me, and I was able to have like 9 of them. So, bop, 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 in a week. I had my trainer
Nice.
busy, had my coach busy, up and
Mhm.
down. I say, hey, I have this, 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 I have this. But in the process, I made a lot of money, or where I made some money part-time, and he made a lot of money.
Mhm.
Everybody made money, and people were helped. So it was a win-win-win all across the board, and it was done quickly too. So
All right.
there we go. So what we have to do is we'll figure out who can we see then? Who can we see? I know you mentioned somebody to me yesterday. You have to
Mhm.
keep in mind. You said you had a friend or a sister or a cousin.
I have a cousin. She was interested in insurance. She
Okay.
was learning stuff about insurance. So I was like, maybe
What's
this would be interesting to her.
what's the cousin's name?
Eunice. EU.
Oh, unit. Okay.
E
EU.
E NICE.
Okay, cool. What does she do for work?
Right now she's in school. She's studying architecture.
Yeah, I don't know how to spell architecture.
I see.
So, sake of the video, guys,
All right.
I'll give you get. I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
Practice. I do a lot of voice typing when I text people. So
Mhm.
voice typing erases your how to spell. It messes up your
Yeah.
spelling. You forget, you stop practicing writing and spelling, you will forget it, which is crazy. That's what happens, okay? So now you guys all know I'm exposed. Ah, ta-da. So okay, so Miss Eunice, okay. Here
Mhm.
was the question over here. If you were to open a business, who would you
Mhm.
hire first, right? So we have that was where that question applies. You have Eunice. Who else somebody that you think is like hardworking, motivated, outgoing, or wants to become outgoing, entrepreneurish, smart?
Could like a person that likes like the entertainment industry be considered an outgoing person?
Yes, very much so. Very much
All
so.
right. So I'll say David.
Uh-huh.
He he's into modeling,
Okay.
so he does modeling gigs here
Oh,
and there. So
okay, cool. So we got that. Um,
mhm.
who else?
Who else? Riley.
Who?
Riley, a girl called Riley.
Riley. All right.
Um, she's an engineer.
Okay.
Um, she's outgoing. She really likes interacting with people and helping people. So I think that's a good thing. That would work.
Okay. Who else?
Mm, maybe. I don't know a lot of people.
That's okay. So open up your phone. You have an iPhone, right?
Yeah.
If you go into your contacts, look up contacts in there. You'll notice
Right.
this. You can see all contacts, and if you scroll to the bottom of your contacts, or you
Mm,
hit list on the top left corner, one of the two, it'll show you how many contacts you have. How many do you have?
503.
Okay,
500 people.
there you go. So you know some people,
Yeah,
okay?
but we're not. Yeah.
So the relationship, it does matter. We're gonna go from
Mm-hmm.
hottest. What I mean by hottest, I mean that they're the closest to you, then
Mm-hmm.
warmest, and then coldest. But if you had some form of interaction with this human being at some point, they're
Mm-hmm.
ideal, then we can talk to them. The first person that I ever got here in this that got certified with me, working along with me, was a kid I went to middle school with when I was like 12 or 13 years old. And
Mm-hmm.
I just randomly ran into him somewhere. And he's like, "What are you doing?" And I said, I'm getting the certifications to the state." He's like, "Oh, really? Ah." And he was studying to be a civil lawyer for like animal rights or something. That's something like that. That's what he was studying at the time. And he's like, "Ah, I can get certification too. Come on in." Got it done in a week. So and then from there went to doing like $9,000 in production and helped us grow to like get promoted. He made more money. I made money. It was great. See, and I barely knew the guy.
Yeah.
You never know, but we're gonna go from hottest to coldest, right? So
Mm-hmm.
there's contacts in your phone. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
2,600 contacts, right? We,
Mm-hmm.
we know people. We just gotta call people, right?
All right.
If they're in another state, that's okay. That's what Zoom is for. But
What if they're not in the country?
okay, if they're not in the country, I have to clarify, are they US resident or citizen or have work permit?
Have work permits, some of them.
If they have work permit for the United States, then
Mm-hmm.
then we can try them. We can work with them. If they do not,
Right.
then that's a no-go. So that's to
Right.
answer anybody's question. And all same thing, if they have a felony, same thing, they can't work with us. Why? Well, we deal with people's socials, people's bank accounts, right? People's life on paper, right? So it's considered a liability. Like there's that one special person, but the companies just they can't take that risk. So because of the type of field that we're in. So that understood. Who else do you know?
Yeah. All right. That makes sense. So you want me to go through next?
Zoom. The question was like, so I talked to somebody and well, how do I give them more information or is there a website, all that? So initially the people that we want to meet with right out the gate that we put on this list is people that you have credibility with. Meaning, when I called my aunt, uncle, cousin, my cousins too, yeah, they know who I am, and they
Mm-hmm.
didn't really question what I'm doing. They're just like, "Whoa, he needs a favor. He's coming to my house. It's a little different, right? But okay, cool, no problem.
Yeah.
Come on by." That was it. The information, they got it once we sat down, and they got the information that I gave you initially, or whoever
Mm-hmm.
got hired initially, that presentation. That's the information. Now, if the person is a little bit dis distant, right? And they're like, well, I want more information. Two ways to go about it.
Mm-hmm.
One is like, okay, this is the purpose I want to meet with you is so I can actually give you more information.
Mm-hmm.
And that way you can see if maybe you can work with us or maybe you can refer people my way.
Okay.
The purpose of us, so this is the purpose of why I'm reaching out. Why am I reaching out to you, Esther? Well, I know you want more information, a website and all that. Definitely I can get you something like that. But the reason I want to meet with you is so I can give you that information and I can show you what I'm doing and see if you can work with us or you can benefit from what we're doing or you could refer somebody our way.
Right.
Like that and so it's kind of like, sure, I'll give it to you, but let's meet and let me give it to you, right? Because people can get information, right? Information is available all across the world.
Mhm.
Do people do stuff with it?
No, 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 not really.
It's information is available. We live in information age, but we're just information overload. Just get information, then you don't do crap with it, right? So there's people that are like that, that
Mhm.
just to avoid you, let me get information.
All right.
Sure, I'll give you information, but let's get together. That way I can give you the information. So are you available later today or tomorrow? Okay, we can do it in Zoom or in person,
Mhm.
like that. But we will get closer to those people.
Mhm.
That's a little bit more of a complex approach, and meaning it just there's a little bit more moving pieces to it.
Mhm.
Before we get there, when somebody's new, I always want to focus on the hotter area.
All
That way
right.
we can get to the initial meeting without too many hiccups, too many hurdles.
Mhm.
This is why we want to start usually in the warm and hot market with people. That way we can just get to the initial meetings right out the gate so you can see what we do right away.
All right.
Not you see like hurdles, blockage, hurdles, questions, this, and then you're like, damn, I can't even get an appointment. See that? And from a new person's perspective, they're like, does this work? Does this even
Is this real?
is this real? Like people don't even want to sit down with me.
Mhm.
Yes, yes, but the right people, making the appointments with the right people we were talking about, right? Who
Mhm.
are willing to give you the time of day, right? So you can get that first initial warm-up experience, like, okay, this is how they do it, this is how they express it. And after you see that and you're like, okay, this is easy, or oh wow, that was pretty cool, or wow, that helped them out a lot, whatever your reactions are to it, then you make the decisions like, yes, I want to continue and do more and more and more. And now you approach the next situations with less known people with more experience.
Mhm.
You come more prepared into that situation. So we'll start you on easy mode and then work into that area. Where
All
people
right.
make the mistake is they try to go that way, right? Or
Mhm.
people who necessarily maybe they don't know too many people,
Mhm.
right? Or they don't know anybody at all, right? And so if I have somebody like that, then I tell them, hey, understand that your process here is going to be a little more difficult than most people
Mhm.
because you don't know anybody. Okay, meaning you're gonna have to do a little bit more work. You
Mhm.
might face a little bit more hurdles, right?
Mhm.
But if you get through it, you're gonna do amazing. You're gonna do great. You'll be fine. Okay, just know that your path is gonna be a little bit harder than most, just because you don't know anybody. Okay, are you okay with that?
Yeah.
You're okay with the challenge?
Yes.
And in your case, yes, perfect, perfect. Or the person like, no, okay, okay, great, no worries.
They know. What would you say to them?
I say, okay, I would question it. Well, okay, why do you say that? Well, what would you say?
I feel like it's hard for me to approach
Right.
people,
Oh,
so I
okay,
don't think I'll be able to actually have that network going.
okay. Well, people say, okay, well, no, because whatever, talking to people, okay, that's okay. I didn't talk to people, or if you are that person that did talk to people, I'm like, well, look, I get it. Talking to people, one of the biggest fears next to death, right behind death, you know what it is? Public speaking. That's the biggest fear. Right behind death is public speaking. That's the next biggest fear on the planet Earth. People have an issue, and so I get it. I get it. Talking to people, talking to strangers, talking to humans,
Mm.
it's a heavy subject, but honestly, whatever's worthwhile is on the other side of something that's hard. Meaning that if you can face that challenge and overcome it, will you become a better person? Okay.
Stronger.
So the question is not, can I do this business and etc.
Mhm.
Is, are you willing to face that challenge? That's the question. Are you willing to go and grow and go beyond that? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Then this will work. We will make it work. As long as you work, I'll work. You work, I work 50% of the way, 100% from each of us. We make it happen together.
Makes sense.
Got it? And if they're like, so that's that. Or if they're like, okay, great. No worries.
Yeah.
Wait, hey, man, maybe next time. And I'll just baby them out. It's okay. You're okay. You're okay. No worries. Here, send this email. You'll be okay. Hey, maybe next time. Okay. All right. Have a good one. Stay safe. Because there's people who are grown and act like babies, and I don't want them. Might as well just be done with them at that point.
Yeah, makes sense.